This is the Porkchop attack, and today I'm gonna try to win 5 games without losing. Let's go. In the first game against David Ma 123, I'm a 123 disrespect you, and the game begins. Oh, check. You think I'm scared? I'm not scared of no checks. Boom! Right into that diagonal. I don't care if my king is on the same diagonal. The game continued, and instead of bringing my king out of the bishop's diagonal, I decided to bring one more piece with the rook, which was actually the top engine move. Now Mr. David Ma attacks my bishop, and when I move it, he once again attacks it. Now computer gives knight to g6 as the best move, but I thought after queen takes, I have to take back, and after rook takes, if I were to take back, then he is up a bishop. But I kind of forgot that there's back rank mate. However, in the game, I just moved my bishop back. But only a couple moves later, I was the one about to be disrespected. You see, white is threatening to take on h7, which would lead to a checkmate on g8. At the same time, there's a threat of knight to g6, which is a fork, and if takes, then there's a queen h8 checkmate. Now computer gives a line queen to e8 as the only move because we're threatening checkmate, and if rook takes, we take the queen, and if queen takes us, then we've escaped and we're doing just fine. However, I'm no stockfish, and instead, I played bishop to e8. Luckily for me, my opponent decided to retreat and the game was on, but I saw that my opponent was using a lot of time, and so I thought it would be best to trade off most of the pieces and enter an endgame where I could be comfortably up time and be able to win. And that's exactly what happened. Victory was mine and I was 1 out of 1, but the disrespect was only going to get harder. Oh GRC, see you about to get disrespected, and I'm gonna start my pawn walls. It's gonna be amazing. In the second game, I had a pretty good position early on, and I managed to develop most of my pieces. We hit the bishop, hit the pawn, and threaten the fork. Very nice. And now it seems like my opponent's gaining in with the queen. What do you have? You have simply nothing. You give me a check? Okay, so what? Look at this disrespect. We sacrifice king safety and potentially the king. Not for an advantage or anything, just simply to disrespect our opponents. And then my opponent shocked me. Wow, okay. The pieces were all traded off the board and I was in a winning endgame. Pre-move disrespect, let's go. However, I was a little down on time. I began playing extremely fast, but that caused me to make mistakes. Oh no. That's not good. Pre-move disrespect. Let's go. You know what? My excuse is I let him promote. Okay, it wasn't an accident. I let him promote for disrespect. Yeah, like if I miss anything, it's just because I'm letting him do it, just for disrespect. F3, king F2, disrespect. This is just how it has to be. But little did I know, my opponent was rated 2100 in Blitz, and so taking him down would be a challenge. And unluckily for me, my rook was stranded on the side of the board, and it got trapped. I had no choice but to give it up, and it seemed like I was going to lose this game, but a miracle happened, and my opponent blundered. A fork, and I was now back in the game. Epic fork, the disrespectful fork. I cashed in and began chipping away at my opponent's structure, and after a lot of maneuvering, I found myself in a winning endgame. My heart was pounding because I was just about to disrespect a super strong player, but then disaster struck. No! Oh my god, that was totally on purpose. I did not mouse slip that totally, that was totally on purpose. Yeah, totally on purpose. Very much so on purpose here. Very much so on purpose. Very much so. And I tried to flag, but it was all for naught. Well, I guess I lose. Oh well. This game sucks.